Hello, welcome to another episode of the G.I. Joe New News Classified Review. All right, I am here a little bit late. I apologize being late tonight, but I wanted to make sure I got this review out. It's going to be a very busy week for me, so I wanted to get this one out of the way. It is a very unique, very strange, very out of the box review this time, and it is not a numbered figure. It is the Fortnite G.I. Joe crossover 0 Point Snake Eyes review. It is part of the classified line, so that's why are reviewing it. But before we get to this figure, we're going to go into a little bit of the history behind Fortnite and the G.I. Joe crossover. So there was a mini series through DC Comics. There is the Fortnite G.I. Joe crossover, and it was with Batman. Now, there's a variant of this. I will get to the variant in a moment, but this is the regular version. Um, and in the Fortnite world, it's a computer game that a lot of the young people have been playing a lot recently. It's a very popular video game that a lot of people are into. Um, and so the name of this miniseries is 0 Point, which is a point in which all these different characters can fight each other and they can cross over and meet each other. And so during this, Batman meets Snake Eyes. And it kind of ends, a little spoiler alert here, it ends in a draw. So Batman doesn't beat Snake Eyes, and Snake Eyes does not meet Batman. But they do have a good fight with each other in there. It's a fun story. It's unique because Snake Eyes doesn't talk, and Batman does. So there's some unique stuff that's going on with that in there, and it ends with a draw. So there's no outcome where it is one or the other better than the other. And look at that, trucks. They're fighting with trucks and cars and all kinds of crazy stuff. It's a fun little mini series, and I liked the fact that Hasbro was thinking outside the box, and they were using Fortnite. I believe there's another crossover, GI Joe crossover coming up with trying to think of the name of it. Another video game that the kids are playing, and as you can see, Batman and Snake Eyes end up as allies in the end, and they help one another, and they go forward, and very peaceful. Right? It's a little spoilery. Sorry for those of you who are Fortnite fans. And then they both go their separate ways, Batman and Snake Eyes, and so that is that. Um, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really fun thing, and I was glad that Hasbro was trying to do something to appeal to young kids, young people, a younger audience, to try and get them possibly into G.I. Joe via Snake Eyes and Batman. I think that was a brilliant strategic merchandising campaign. Um, I can't remember what the next. There's some other video game that that GI Joe is going to be crossing over. But they've done several crossovers with World of Tanks. There's also the Wrath of Cobra video game. There was Operation Blackout video games, and what is the other one? I cannot think of the other video game. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't exactly remember what it is. So that's the regular version. There's also a variant version of this. I will get to the variant in just a moment. All right, so this is the miniseries, Point Zero Fortnite Batman miniseries. There's issue 1, issue 2, and issue 3, which is the Snake Eyes crossover. And there's the variant. All right. And then we go to issue 4. issue 5, issue 6, and then this is the Batman Foundation Fortnite special. So there you go. That's the entirety of the Batman Fortnite miniseries, um, and Snake Eyes' involvement in that. He was only in the one issue. I look forward to them maybe doing some other things with G.I. Joe and crossing it over. Now, I believe Skybound is doing a G.I. Joe crossover. Oh, God. I'm trying to think. I should have probably got that information before I did this video, but I can't. I can't think of what it was, but it's a Skybound comic crossover with another video game that the kids are into nowadays. If anybody in the chat remembers what that is, let me know, and then I will say it in the chat. So that is that. It was done by Cage, Mustard, Brown, DeCastro, and Kelly's was the team on that. And again, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. And this is a pretty weird figure overall. It has this cool slipcase that's over it. It also has a cool Snake Eyes art in the back with all the accessories, and he comes with some really crazy accessories. All right, so I'm going to open this up, slip that off, and we end up with that underneath. So I'm just going to put this aside. And so this is a box that's similar to a box that we got really early in the classified line with a Royal, what is it, Imperial or Royal Cobra Commander. Can't think of the name of that either. My memory is really going today. But it says Fortnite G.I. Joe crossover, Snake Eyes 0 Point Edition figure on there. Right? So let's see. We're going to open this up. And it opens up like this. And you have Snake Eyes in the center and all the accessories all around them. So we're going to start first off with the figure. I'm going to pull him out of there. And let's see. I'm trying to think how many Snake Eyes we've gotten up to this point. So we got the 00 Snake Eyes. We got, I think it was Snake Eyes was number 3, right? And then we have the running variant. I didn't show the Snake Eyes running variant when we did this. All right, so I'm going to close that back up, put the box aside, pull Snake Eyes out of there. This is was a PulseCon exclusive orderable figure. You can only get it through Pulse, the Pulse website. What was I saying? So then they did the double 0, number 3, I think it was, and then there was the running variant, and then there was the movie Snake Eyes. I'm trying to think. There was 5 figures in the movie line. So it's Snake Eyes, Scarlet, Baroness, Storm Shadow, and Akiko. So it was the movie Snake Eyes, the Henry Golden one. And then after that, I think we got the Snake Eyes with Timber. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be our 6th Snake Eyes, as far as we're about 40 figures in, and then we have a couple odds and ends. So I would say about 45 figures in, and so Snake Eyes has had 6 figures. This is a really nice figure, I must say. This is very detailed. A lot of extra stuff. I would have liked to have gotten this without the Fortnite. Actually, I really like this. It's very, very Snake Eyes version 2-esque, in my opinion. A lot of really cool deco on that. Obviously, he's got the version 2 silver faceplate very, very version 2 of that. He's got these all this yellow and blue and teal and pink deco on some grenades on that belt there. It looks like a grenade belt. He's also got the Rasha Kage symbol on that little center of his secondary. So he's got a secondary that's not loose. Uh, oh yes, it is loose actually. It's like a harness. He's got a harness. The Arashikage is on that harness. There's a little bit of silver deco in that as well. Paint. You can see that a little bit. He's got many different shades. He's got like dark, glossy black, like a dark gray that's glossy. He's got some light gray that's more matte. He's got other black that's different layering that's also black that's flat. Uh, he again has another secondary of these belts right here on his waist that also has some deco silver touches with another Arashikage red symbol on the center of that. And then he's got two armbands around the edges of the armbands that are secondaries as well. He's got a knife holster on his right leg. He's got a pistol holder on his left leg that also has a pistol in there, and it's silver. So there's also some silver on this. So, and then on the back, there's another Rashikage symbol on the harness in the back with some silver and red there, where you can put a backpack. Let's see what he has for the articulation. So this figure has like total articulation. He's got the new head maneuverability articulation. He's got the shoulder butterfly shoulders there. He's got the ab crunch articulation there. He's got the wrist articulation. He has the double pin elbows. He does not have the second wrist articulation. So that's one they left off, this one, which I'm surprised. I think this would have been a good one to have that. He's got the ab crunch there and double waist articulation with the legs. He's got the double pinned knee articulation. He's got the thigh articulation swivel. He's got he's got the leg, the lower ankle articulation, and the rockers both. So he's got one of the new articulations in the ankle swivel there. Uh, so overall, this figure is decked out. It has tons and tons and tons of articulation, tons of deco on it, tons of really cool elements. I think this would be a really nice figure to do a vintage version of as a vintage package and leave off a lot of the Fortnite coloring and stuff, and maybe put more black on it. Um, you can see the interior of the legs has a gray on there, and the exterior up here of the thigh, it's like gray. This is phenomenal. I think as much as like I like Double Zero, I think this one right here so far is my favorite. And I'm not a huge fan of Snake Eyes version 2. I'm going to put him down. My favorite version is Snake Eyes version 3. But this one is really nice. And look at all the stuff that he comes with. Man, they gave him a ton of stuff. All right. So I'm going to take out his sword holster first. So that has double-sided articulation, deco, not articulation, deco of the Rasha Kage symbol. And it looks like it's the same sheath that he had on the Double Zero. And it has that little greeble in there. So I'm going to put that on his back because it looks like that's where that goes. So it goes into both both secondaries into the back. Let's see if I can get it to go in there and hold that. There you go. Yep, kind of snapped in a little bit there. All right. So then, because I have that on him, I'm going to put his sword, and he has the traditional sword that's well known for snake eyes. There's no deco on that. It's just the sword. There's a little bit of greeble on the handle and the hilt, stuff like that. Can't really see too much of that there, but I'm going to put that in his hand because I want him to have his sword in his hand. All right. Yeah, that looks like Snake Eyes, doesn't it? Yeah, look at that. He's got his sword. And again, in the chat, if you can let me know what the name of that sword is. I can never remember the name of it. It's like, and then he has this cool Uzi. It's a different Uzi. I don't think we've gotten this Uzi before, but it's got some deco on there, some gray touches on that. I'm going to put that in his other hand, this hand. Let's see if we can get that in there. There. Now that's Snake Eyes. He's got his sword in one hand. He's got his Uzi or some such in the other hand, and he's ready to go. Right there. So he's got his gun, his sword. He's got his sheath on his back. All right. So moving on. Then we get into some weird stuff. He's got like this weird colored large grenade that's all like pink, blue, teal, yellow, all kinds of different deco on there. It's weird. So I don't know what to even do with that. I'll just put that aside. And then he has another grenade that's like a snowman head. Look at this one. This is totally out there. Look at that. It's got a smiley face and everything. It must be like a freeze grenade of some sort. This is wild. This is so wild. I love it. I'm glad that they could have fun with this. And then here's a grappling gun. So if he wants to like grapple up a wall or something like that, to go up Cobra's castle, the Destro's castle, you could use that on it. And there's some yellow and silver deco on that as well. So put that aside. And then he's got, it looks like a Tommy gun, one of those old style like gangster Tommy guns, but it has like a big thing in the front of it. And it's got some teal and silver and different color deco on it. It looks like a really fun thing. It looks like Tommy Two Tone's gun from Cops. That's really wild too. Um, yeah. All right, so then we get into some really crazy stuff. I'm wondering if this could be attached to the grappling hook because it's like a grappling plunger. Look at this. This is so fun. And it has a little hole on there. You can put a string through the hole on the top there. It's got some deco, some brown deco, like a plunger, and it's got a little bitty green grenade. So it's like you shoot it and you plunge it to something so it sticks and then it blows up. Isn't that awesome? That is so funny. I love stuff like that. Um, let's see what else. I just dropped something. Let's see what that was. Oh, it's a throwing star hand with snake eyes. We've never gotten a throwing star hand, I don't think. Correct me in the chat if we ever got a throwing star hand. But that's a throwing star hand. So you could switch one of his hands out and put that in there. And then he has a gas grenade, some sort of a laughing gas, I'm guessing, and it's like green, and there's some yellow deco, and it's in a gray canister. So there's a lot of color in that too. That's interesting. So let's see. That is all the accessories. Now I'm going to put that down there. And you cannot hardly get any of this stuff on here. So if I put his sword in his sheath, I might be able to give him another accessory in his hand. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take the sword out of his hand. I'm going to put it in his sheath there. And then when I mentioned that he had a knife sheath earlier, there's a knife in there already. And then his gun sheath, there's a gun in there already. So he's already kitted out. He's got a knife. He's got grenades. He's got a sidearm. He's got everything already. So what should I give him? What should I give him? I'm going to give him this grappling hook gun, because then I can attach the plunger. Maybe, I'm not sure. I'll give him the plunger, the grappling hook gun. Look at that. That is so fun. I love this. This is one of the funnest figures they've done. I must say, I really enjoy this. Um, there's a lot of layering on all the surfaces of this figure. All of his pants in the back. On there's different mat types. There's a glossy mat type, like you can see on the shin, the knees, and the head, and the feet. There's different material around the edge of the boots. Um, that same material is on the crotch and the upper torso here, up of his waist. Um, he's got several tampos. He's got the G.I. Joe star tampo on one side. He's got another tampo on that side. Man, they went to town with this. They really did. And he's got this armor on, and the armor has like a metal feeling to it, like it's much sturdier, and there's some touches of silver deco on both sides of it. Um, his two of his armbands have pouches. His belt has some pouches on the front, a little bit on the side. There's so much to look at with this figure. I really think they should do a new release of this figure, because this is, in my opinion, this is probably my favorite Snake Eyes to this point. And this is the sixth Snake Eyes. They've made some really nice Snake Eyes. Double Zero was incredible. I really enjoyed the movie one. I've really enjoyed number three. But this one really steals the cake, in my opinion. I think they did the best job with this. So I hope this gets a re-release as a vintage package with some different accessories, maybe. But this is really nice. Um, so this is a bit of an outside the box review, because it's Fortnite. Fortnite is outside the box. It's a really fun property, and over the years I've followed Fortnite a little bit here and there, and I've seen the toys and stuff, and a lot of the toys look like they would be in G.I. Joe. Like there's a character, he looks just like he's Firefly. I hope they do more crossovers with Fortnite. The fact that we're into like almost 200 and we haven't gotten another Fortnite, that's sad to me. Basing it off of this figure, which is an incredible looking figure, I really like. It's sad. If I have a chance to ever talk to Lenny or them, hopefully maybe Emily will come back to MegaCon and I'll get to talk to her and ask her about them redoing Fortnite, because it's been a few years. And they said they would try to redeco or redo vehicles. So maybe they'll redo figures if they think there's a need for it. Because I don't know if version 2 Snake Eyes has had any more releases. I know there are other Snake Eyes after this. There's another Timber. It's more of an Arctic Timber, and then there's a vintage package Snake Eyes, and then we're going to get to Desert Snake Eyes, and then version 4 Snake Eyes. So there are a handful of Snake Eyes still to come. But really, this is nice. This is a really nice one. I hope those of you who are watching this get an opportunity to look at this and get a chance to get this figure, because it is really, really cool. So I want to thank everybody for watching. This is a short video. I didn't intend it to be that long, because I figured there wasn't going to be much. There's no history for this figure, only the Batman Fortnite crossover 0 Point. So that's why I went over the comic and showed some of the pages with Batman. Um, Dan Klingesmith doesn't have any information on it, and neither does Carson Metaxas in either of those book series, Creating G.I. Joe and The Art of G.I. Joe. And this is, I showed you the only comic book appearance, and it has no other media tie-in. I don't think there's ever been a Fortnite animated series, and I'm not sure if Snake Eyes appeared in the video game. Anybody in the chat know if Snake Eyes appeared in the Fortnite video game? Then you can let me know. And then for those that are watching after the fact, I hope you enjoy this. This is a really fun out of the box review, and I needed that at this point because I got a lot going on. So I hope this is enlightening. And there was also no designations on the package. I wanted to make sure you guys are aware of that, so that's why I didn't give any designations. See, there's no designations there, no designations there. There is a bit of a weird hologram right there. And there's a QR code. So maybe there's something you can go to on this QR code that maybe lets you use Snake Eyes and Epic Games and play him as a skin or something like that. That's a possibility. I've never played Fortnite, so I don't know. But I hope you got something out of this video, and I certainly did. This was very enjoyable. So I want to say thank you again, and we're going to be going into number 41, and we're going to get into another subgroup. We've already gotten into Tiger Force, and we're going to get into the opposing subgroup. Hopefully that'll give you a clue, and it'll be a repaint of a character we've already gotten. And it's a bit of a controversial figure because it's a new version of this figure or this character. So with those clues, we're going to close this out and bid you adieu. And because this is G.I. Joe, yo, Joe!